Welcome to Papa Bojo's Kitchen. Today we're going Italian. We're making one of my favorites, and I'm sure one of your favorites. And it's a very simple, quick, but very satisfying Italian sausage with peppers. For this, I've got 5 links of just beautiful Italian sausage. I've got 1 whole onion cut up. I've got 2 bell peppers cut up. I've got orange and green. You can use a combination or whatever you want of red, yellow, orange, and green bell peppers. The key is to have at least as much onion as you do pepper. And even if you have a little more onion, that's good because the onions cook down more than the peppers do. As well, I have a 1/4 cup of olive oil, and that's what we're going to cook our bell peppers in. I've got some fresh basil here. I've got small leaves left over from my garden. It's probably around maybe 8 to 10 leaves of fresh basil chiffonade. I've got a 1/2 tablespoon of dried oregano. If I had fresh oregano, I'd use it, but I don't. So that'll be good for there. I've got a 1/2 teaspoon of salt and a 1/2 teaspoon of fresh cracked pepper. You're going to want some nice rolls too to put your sausage in. So I've got a big long roll here that I've cut into 2 pieces. So let's get going and let's make this great sausage. First thing I'm going to do, I've got my oven preheated to 375 degrees, and I'm going to cook this sausage in the oven. And we'll cook it until it browns on the bottom. We'll take a look at it, and then we'll fold it over, and we'll cook it until it's brown and fully cooked. So I've got my pan nice and steaming hot, so I'm going to take my 1/4 cup of olive oil. I'm going to stick that in the pan and swirl it around. You can see how hot the pan is. Hopefully you can see the swirls of the oil going in. And now we're going to add in our vegetables. Very simple. We're going to add in our onion and our peppers. It's the only thing we have going right now. And we're going to stir these around. Now that we've got these coated with the oil, we're going to add in our salt and our pepper. Once we get the salt and pepper stirred in, we're going to turn the heat down to medium. Now we're going to let this cook and fry up until all of the onions are nice and tender. Once you see the onions have started to soften up, you add in your basil and your oregano, and you stir this in. Once the onions get to look like they are now, we're going to turn the heat all the way up high, and we're going to stir it until we get a little bit of caramelization. After about 2 minutes, you can start seeing some of the smoke come up, and you see we're getting some caramelization. Once you see that, you turn your heat off, and you stir. And now these are ready. So the Italian sausage has been in the oven for about 15 minutes, and you can see we can flip them over with your fingers or use a tongue because they are hot. And you can see we've got some nice caramelization of the sausage here. We're going to put them back in for about another 15 minutes. So I've checked the internal temperature of the sausage after 30 full minutes of baking at 375, and the temperature is about 185, 188 degrees. We want it to be at least 160, so I pulled the sausage out, and we're also ready to plate the peppers. So we're going to take the peppers, we're going to put them all on a nice plate, and spread them all out nice and even. And now we're going to take our fully cooked sausage and lay them all nice and evenly on this nice platter of peppers. And I'm going to take a few baby pieces of basil and just put them on here for just some general garnish. And there you have it. Italian sausage and peppers. This is great on a roll, and I'll be putting on a roll in just a second. So here's a good serving suggestion. What you want to do is you want to get a roll, you want to cut it in half, and then you want to scoop out some of this bread. And we'll stick the bread off to the side here on the top of it. And the reason why you want to do that is you want some room for them peppers, and you don't want to be biting into too much dough. Then what you're going to do, and I always like to have my rolls smaller than the sausage pieces, just because I don't like too much bread. So then I'm going to take some of these peppers, and I'm going to stick them inside this hole here. I'm going to take a piece of sausage, I'm going to lay it in, and I'm going to take some more of these peppers and onions, and I'm going to stick them on top. So here you have it. 2 perfect Italian sausage with peppers and onions on a roll. Really good, really simple to do. I hope you try it. And if you're adventurous like me, I like to take a little red cracked pepper, and I like to put some of this in here because I like a little bit of heat. And if you want, you can actually put the red cracked pepper in while you're making the onions and peppers if you want the heat inside there. I sort of like it this way because it allows everybody to determine how much heat they have. So I hope you've enjoyed this. Take a quick look at it. I'll have some pictures of this. And I hope you'll join me again on another edition of Papa Bojo's Kitchen. Buon appetito, everybody. Have a great day. Bye.